I think what you do is you click on the sheet like that, highlight the sheet, and then click sharing, or maybe click load. I'm not sure. We'll find out in a sec. So. You shared it with me.
Yeah, that's really great. Otherwise, one can add up anything at
Can you try load? Or maybe I load. Just a minute. Sharing allows you to give other users access to your sheets. Right. Read-only access, full access. Again, so click load to load the using page sheet. Look, I clicked on collaborate, so which is yours? Group discussion. There we are.
You're not getting this point. It's not like you understand it.
So, can you read it all right now, having done all of that? So, right, so what's happened is, down here are the names of the different people who put the mind map up, and here are the names of the mind maps, and I double click, and then I get the mind map up on the screen. So what I want somebody from this group to do is just tell us what they've got on their mind map, and I'll try and move the mind map around so that everybody can see what we're talking about, okay? Right. Well, this way. Left. Right, so you're basically taking each subject and suggesting ways in which use the technology. Right, go on then.
Investigative exercises, audio aids and operation. You can also use flowcharts by using software, and then making software production and editing of software. We could have more writings, which is to research or on internet material, and then they will make the presentations.
Okay, any questions from anybody else on that? What I'm going to do is go through each spreadsheet. So what I don't want is people now to start giving more examples to add on, because otherwise then there's no point in me looking at your spreadsheet. Okay? So that's some good ideas there for English. And what we could do is we could all make each other friends. So you could, for instance, if you wanted to, you could be friends with each other. So you could load up, if you all became friends with this group, then you could then take their mind map if you wanted. Right, over here. Science. And are you using, is there a science teacher here? Are you using?
Microscope, showing different slides.
Right.
And balance following different objects. Comparing the weight of different objects. And we're not really using it in science. In our language, that is, there are certain topics that are different. So we use it for watching mini beasts and plants.
Oh, with a microscope. Certainly. Have you all got digital microscopes in your schools?
Yes.
Yeah. I think a digital microscope is a very simple piece of equipment now, not very expensive and really good. When I remember when I was at school in the biology lesson, we had one ordinary microscope and we used to have to queue up. The teacher would get the slide right, human hair, and then we'd all have to queue up, and it would take ages, with the teacher having to make sure we weren't mucking around at the back of the queue, and half of us couldn't even see. You couldn't get your eye quite right on the microscope. With a digital microscope now, you can just put it straight up, everybody can see, you can talk about it, you're doing the same thing, but so much better. So again, it's sustaining what we do.
So you see also for the students, they can
Yes, that's right. And they can take pictures as well. You can take photographs of what's there. There's so many ways. Yeah, simple piece of equipment. Right. Yes, that's right. So,
you can see very minute thing on the slide is
yes.
very sensitive.
Yes. But it's so easy to use compared to the ones, the ordinary optical microscopes. Right, last thing that you've got is maths.
I've got online math games and
Right,
online shopping.
online shopping. Now somebody asked me yesterday, I don't think they're in the room, because my background is maths, you know, do I know any useful maths things? And I was telling them about a very useful website the BBC produces, which probably a lot of you already know, which is Bite Size. Does everybody use that? You should definitely, whatever your subject is, you should use Bite Size. It's free. I used to work for the BBC. I had some involvement with Bite Size, although I was in a different project. It's absolutely free. I think 97% of British school students use Bite Size, particularly as they're coming up to their exams. But for A-level, for GCSEs and O-level, and for earlier years as well, there are bite-sized materials. They're some of the best, and they're absolutely free. I wasn't sure you could get it in Pakistan, but you can, so definitely worth it.
Primary resources also.
Yes, there's primary things there as well. It started off with just the exams, and it's worked.
For maths, the Brainboard and Brainboard's maths are the
Okay.
Well,
Well,
the website AAA maths.
AAA Maths. It's called that. AAA Maths. And Brain. Right, we need to move on, otherwise time. So, that's one, right? We'll have a look at, which group is this one? Right, we'll have a look at this one. Here it is. Now, do you want to explain how you've done yours? Because it's a slightly different way.
It's ways to use technology in the classroom, and then the first one is internet. We use internet for research. How do we use research? How do we research? Search engine like Google and Yahoo and YouTube and iTunes, etc. Then social networking. Again, it is divided into two parts: Facebook, Twitter, and different other social networks. Then blogging and publishing. Then international forums, emails. We use Google Earth, and then online tools. And next is digital microscope again. Creating videos, net meetings, assessment. As teachers, we use assessment modules to enter the marks of our students, online calculation and report cards. Using different softwares for making learning easy, like Timeliner, Graph, podcasting, Audacity, and Inspiration.
So, do you want to, somebody from that group want to choose one thing that they use in the classroom that they would say is good? So we were talking there about digital microscopes, something different. Is there anybody that could say, well, it's a website I use, there's nothing, yeah?
I use chemistry, and sometimes there are experiments that we cannot perform in labs.
Right.
Since there is no way students can see experiments with exposure to them.
Yes.
These experiments have been done in universities for to be able to learn easy.
Yes.
They've been uploaded on the.
So you got videos of
I
the
take
experiments?
videos to my
Yeah.
students, and it makes them understand.
I'll show you. The group that and I say quite a few were here yesterday. I passed around this iPad yesterday, and it's definitely worth thinking about whether this is the future or not. So, with regard to chemistry, when I can find it, there's an application on the iPad which is, have you seen that? And you just click on, you're interested in a particular chemical or something, and up it comes here. You get 3D models of it, and there's lots of other information as well. You know, I mean, you have a whole book that wouldn't be so engaging as that, and now you can have something like this. Everything. And I mean, it is worth thinking about. These are much too expensive at the moment at schools to think about. But the way technology is moving, in a very, very short period of time, we'll be considering using these technologies.
There are so many educational resources online that are free.
Yes.
And some give us a very free download period for limited, like 14 days or so. We can try those technologies also, also with our students. It's not necessary that you should go for more expensive.
That's right. The only reason for mentioning this, of course, is that we're thinking about possibly whether in the future we wouldn't have any books for children. Therefore, we're not wasting paper. We wouldn't have to print anything out for them. You can watch videos on this. They could download the videos. There's lots of very interesting applications that you can use. Maybe Beaconhouse will have every student. Catherine's here, so he could tell us whether every student will be given.
Richard, right now, as a small foot ahead is that we are trying to use the existing technologies that we have in the school.
That's right. That's right, which is the emphasis of this group. But since that was mentioned, and there's a very nice, I'll just show you the sort of thing that you can get on an application. This is an application called Star Walk. Right? What this does, remember this has got GPS in it, it's got a gyroscope in it, so you can go out at night. This is the sky as it now is here, right here. It knows where I am, it knows how I'm holding it, so if I was looking at, we were at night time now, and outside, that is what the sky looks like, and it tells me the name of the different constellations. There's a lot of other aspects on there. Sorry? It is, it's very, I think people would, in the past, somebody would have paid the price of this device just for that piece of incredible software. And, you know, these is only the beginning of what we can do.
Richard, I want to ask you a question.
Well,
you said you would use technologies.
Yeah.
But what about the verification of that information? Because I've just recently come up with something that I was researching on cancer problem. But I found out that some of the information given from India is not true.
Yeah.
You have to go
And that is your responsibility as a teacher. Wikipedia is made up by people.
Yeah.